to the Drop Pod, the new rebranded hot Dropcast. That's not at all what it is, it's a podcast. My name's Carl Schumann, your name's Matthew Kershaw. What are we here to talk about?
That was a terrible intro. It's still called the Dropcast, by the way.
No, we need... I've got ideas. New podcasts, new horizons.
Yep.
Let's rebrand, blow this shit out.
Rebranding just in time for E3.
Yeah, the meeting of brands, one might call it. I don't know who would. Have you been... where do you want to start?
Well, I was about to say that E3 is a 3-day circle jerk between everybody.
Oh, the hottest circle jerk. Just Jack Tritton down on his knees in front of a water. Andrew Wilson just whacking off in the corner, because he's the new boy, he's not used to it yet.
Oh,
he's
God.
He's not been initiated by Yves Guillemot. Sorry, go on.
E3, what have you been playing, Kyle?
I've been playing some Elite Dangerous, because it's also the Steam Summer Sale. So that's hot.
It is.
Did you, Go on.
No, go ahead.
Well, I logged on the Steam Summer Sale, because I've been looking for Elite Dangerous offers for months now, because that game's really cool, but, you know, £40 is a lot for a game I don't know if I'll like, and it had like a £6 reduction or something, and the new update came out 2 days ago, so I jumped on board, and I've had a whale of a time. That game on the highest settings runs at 60 frames a second solid on my PC, so it's like, just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Why would you worry about buying the game and then not liking it when now you can get a refund, which we didn't cover in the last podcast?
Right? Have you ever wanted to refund anything? Because I've bought some shit on Steam.
Watch Dogs.
You didn't buy that on Steam, though.
No, but I still wanted to refund it.
Yeah, fair enough. You had to do that review. Are you going to refund it after the review? Do the super shitty thing.
You can beat that game in 2 hours.
Yeah, probably. If you mean beat that game, meaning install it and then uninstall it before you play it.
Yeah, like I've never had anything that I want to return on Steam, but I can understand it. I mean, I don't have an amazing PC, I have a crappy laptop, so I wouldn't want to buy a game and then be like, oh, I can't even play this. Then I would want to get my money back for it.
Yeah, I've only had that with 2 games I can't play, and they were older ones, and I spent like £3 on them maybe, each.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know, I kind of, like, even the shit ones, like, we had a few months there when we were just playing shit Steam games on the channel. And, I don't know, I didn't regret any of them, despite most of them being bad.
Yeah, but you're different to Americans that feel the need to just be like, I need a refund for this.
Oh, thank Christ. Now, speaking of Americans...
Oh, hang on. While we're still on the Steam Summer Sale, have you been playing their Cookie Clicker game?
No. Tell me about it. I don't play any of the shitty games because I don't want Gabe Newell to get a second more of my time.
It's essentially Cookie Clicker, except you work with everybody on Steam to kill aliens that invade in waves, and every 24 hours it resets, and you're in teams, and you have 3 different lanes, and...
So it's Dota, but like in a browser.
It's kind of like Dota, but with Cookie Clicker.
Can you scroll in and make the cookie, or the fake alien cookie, dunk into the fake milk?
No, you have to kill aliens that are invading, and then you move up a level, and every like 10 levels there's a boss monster.
Can you dunk
And it
the
all works
aliens in the
towards unlocking new, like, different sales. And earlier, I think they've reset now, by the time we're recording this, but my team was on like level 200 and something.
Right.
I spent a lot of time playing this game trying to get Steam cards.
What are you doing again? You've done this before. You've gotten on this like really dark Steam card rampage. Why are you doing it?
I'm losing the will to live.
I can give you some. I've got like thousands of the what's it called? The endless space ones. It's like weird space slugs. Can you give them?
You can gift them. I saw that you had like 3 Steam trading cards from this summer sale, and I was like, how? He must be playing this a lot. I've only got like 2 of them.
No, I just bought something. I was really worried because the Steam store kind of fucked off and started giving me dollars and euros, like a mixture of both, and it refused to offer me pounds, and then it went down for a bit. Like the login broke, and then I finally got through. Sent me all of them.
It's been broken ever since the sale started.
Which is, you know, how most things go on the PC. Piece of shit console. Anyway, are you ready to talk about E3?
I guess I have to. I just tried to enter the Cookie Clicker game and it won't let me join now because the servers are broken again.
Good. All that clicking. So E3 is almost upon us, and we are going to talk about some speculation, some confirmed games, some wild imaginings.
Would you say that this is a Pre3 podcast?
I would call it the Pre3 Drop podcast, in fact. Only without the part where I fuck up the first word. Maybe. Right, Bethesda, up first. You're going to cover that one. Fucking staying up for your Raw, and then you're going to skip into Raw into Bethesda.
Yes, I'm going to miss an hour of Raw to watch Bethesda talk about.
Oh, what a shame. You'll get an hour of your life back.
I'm now looking forward to Fallout.
Right. Do you want to explain why? Because you were pretty down on it before.
Yes, I was down. I think it was in the last podcast we talked about it, and I brought up my complaints about Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas.
All of which are valid, except the part where you were, making everything pitch black.
Yeah, except for that mod. I still have it installed.
Smart.
But
Smart.
in the past week, I've gone from having like 1 hour logged into New Vegas on Steam to now having like 25, 26 hours.
That sounds
like
healthy.
I've just been modding it and playing it, and
Yeah.
I'm actually enjoying it, even though I still have the complaints and I still think they stand. I think Fallout 4 will be a good game.
I hope it's a good game. Otherwise, a lot of people will be disappointed.
Well, that's the internet. Like everyone's like, oh, Half-Life 3 will be the best game ever. It's never going to live up to expectation. Gabe Newell has said, yeah, this game won't live up to expectation when it finally comes out.
Yeah, it could be the greatest game ever, but everyone's so shitty nowadays, it just makes no difference.
Mm.
One wrong move and then they're just branded terrible. Unless
Well,
you're
this is
CD
Valve.
Projekt Red and you can release a game that runs at 20 frames a second most of the time with the PS4 and be fine with it.
You're forgetting this is Valve, who can do nothing wrong. Look at all the shit that happened when they tried to introduce paid mods, and everybody was like, oh wow, Valve are really this evil company that are out for our money. And then they remove it, and then they're like, Based Gaben has saved PC gaming once again.
Yeah,
It's like, they can't do any wrong.
Do you reckon their Steam refunds were just like one of their backup plans? They have like an arsenal of weapons they can deploy if the public turns against them. Just like, now we're going to give away Counter-Strike for free and shit like that.
Yep. Free chroma keys for CSGO. Suddenly the internet loves them again.
Yeah. Right, Bethesda. Fallout 4, it's going to be there. You know it will be.
Yep, I think they've announced they're showing gameplay. Or I may have read that somewhere
You
that has
hope
no
so, 'cause they've already
credibility.
shown some.
Really? I don't want to say that's gameplay, I'd say that's in-engine footage.
Alright, there's a dog walking around a shitty-looking low-res home. What more do you want?
I guess.
Do you reckon that'll be the show closer, the show opener? How long do you reckon
I
it'll be?
think they will open with that trailer again.
The
Maybe
same one?
mix in some gameplay, and then they'll probably end it with like a good 20-30 minutes on just Fallout. Because what else do Bethesda have?
Well, they have quite a bit, but see, if I were Bethesda, I would open with the exact same trailer, but with a female voice actor doing the narration. That would be a really powerful way of like setting people's worries at ease. Totally
What
work
do
on
you
me.
mean a female voice actor?
Well, people think it was Troy Baker doing the voiceover, and I
You mean
tend
like
to-
the narration?
Yeah. And
It's been a male in like every game, and yet that whoever does the voiceovers never played a part in the games anyway.
But this is also the first game that's had the I don't even want to call it speculation. Those leaks about the script being male only until you finish the main story.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know if it's true or not, but if I was going to set that at ease, then I would do exactly that.
Bethesda aren't a company that would do that. Look at all the games they put out before, like Fallout and the Elder Scrolls series.
Like
They've
Rage,
never once.
The Evil Within, Wet, Rogue Warrior. Those hot.
We don't
Bethesda
talk about
games.
them. They don't talk about them either.
Prey 2 they've canned with their press
that's how they
sneak
should.
fucks.
They should announce that. Like they should open with Rage 2.
Right? No.
It's
right.
just Fallout. It's the Fallout trailer with Rage 2 gameplay thrown in there.
It's just they replace all the word
You won't
that
be able
says
to tell the
Vault
difference.
with Ark instead, and
Yeah.
there's just 20% more cars in there. Yeah. Anyway, right, they're gonna have Doom because they still haven't shown the world that. They've only shown QuakeCon, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have Fallout. Hopefully, it won't be too long. Like I could almost see them doing like half an hour of Fallout, and nobody wants that. I know you think you do, but you don't.
I think they do, because then they can explain the story. They can explain kind of just what's happening in it.
They explain how a lone wanderer was in a vault, and then the bombs
That
hit.
was like 100. That was some amount of years before New Vegas, and I think this one takes place after New Vegas.
Yeah, I heard it was 10 years? I could be making that up. But anyway,
I don't know.
they're almost certainly going to show Dishonored 2. They have to. It's been rumored for ages. And Arcane have done nothing
My
since, as far as I'm aware.
My silence is my reply. I never played Dishonored 1 to begin with.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the look of it for ages, and then Pat was like, "Yo, you need to play this. Is one of the best games I've played." And I was like, "Fuck you!" And then it was in a Steam sale, so I totally bought it, and yeah, it was really good. Maybe not one of the best games ever, but really good.
Mm.
Went out and bought the DLC. It's hot DLC.
I mean, it could be nice. People like Dishonored anyway. I've got nothing against it.
It would be refreshing, I think. It's a very different kind of game. They have Battlecry, that fucking MOBA that you've never heard of.
What's Battlecry?
I feel like I'm the only person who remembers Battlecry. They announced it a while ago. They have, I think it's their Austin studio in Texas. Is totally just making some weird MOBA.
Do they not realize that MOBAs are already oversaturated?
I know.
Considering everybody plays LoL or Dota, and now suddenly you've got Blizzards, and then now you've got Bethesdas.
You've got Gearboxes.
Yep.
Only,
it's like
yeah, the Gearbox ones are weird.
The people that play MOBAs are already hardcore into their MOBA and hate other MOBAs.
I think these are console MOBAs, though, aren't they? These are like, you've got guns and you're basically first-person shooting.
Really?
Well, I'm sure they'll be on PC, but it's not like LoL's competing for, PS4 space.
Yeah.
I would expect this to come... I don't know if they've shown any gameplay of Battlecry. I'm pretty sure they have.
I've always said that MOBAs could totally be on consoles. It wouldn't be super competitive, but it would be perfect for the casual audience.
No, it's like people said that Diablo wouldn't work, but Diablo totally worked. And I've always wanted to play the problem was the PS4 one didn't come out until after there was like that expansion on the PC. So I picked it up on the PC and I deeply regret it. Because it's like this, they are so simple. It's like you've got 4 inputs and then 2 sticks, basically, as opposed to 4 inputs and the mouse. It's, consoles, they're not terrible. Also, those games look like shit, so like I'm pretty sure the 360 could run them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Smite on the Xbone is also on the 360, and that runs, doesn't it?
Oh, I have no idea. You're the only person who's ever mentioned the word Smite to me in a game
I've played
context.
it like twice. I have another key if you want one.
No, I've got like 4, thank you. I've also got a ton of Fable. What are they on now? The Journey? Fable the Heroes?
I don't know.
Fable Legends. I think those are the 2 odd games, though. Yeah, Fable Legends. If you want some, I don't know if they're alpha or beta. I probably shouldn't be disclosing this, but I totally have a ton of keys.
Everybody who wants a key should tweet at Kyle Shimon.
Yeah, we'll work out how to input them together. And then, they're going to have an Elder Scrolls Online expansion of some sort. They must have. Surely.
I think they'll stroke their dicks about it now coming onto consoles.
Todd Howard just on stage whacking one out.
Yeah,
on the front
he just
row.
he just stares at some high elf cosplayer in the audience.
Oh, fuck.
The entire time. No, they'll talk about how it's on consoles and they won't mention how it's broken. And nobody can get into the servers.
I think they have to have an expansion. I think they released the game over a year ago, didn't they? And they've had that one like Craglorn update that I've heard about. And then I've heard nothing except this console version launching like a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago.
I think they may have some sort of exclusive deal with Microsoft for like the first expansion pack. Because earlier today I saw that the developers were on the Xbox One subreddit, like doing a question and answer.
Right.
I mean, I know it's not
exactly with it being Bethesda.
I know it's not. Yeah, I know it's not like super confirmed. Oh my god, that they were just doing a question and answer on their subreddit, but you wonder why they were doing it there.
I just love the idea of Phil Spencer coming out on stage with just someone from Bethesda in the middle of the press conference and like, yeah, we've got ESO exclusive downloadable content. Like, who the fuck cares? No one. Not a single fuck is given at any level. So that's. Do you know anything else from Bethesda that you're aware of?
No, I'm completely blind to what's in. Well, I wouldn't say I'm blind. I know stuff that's going or will. I'm having a stroke here, apparently.
Don't have a stroke on air, because then we're gonna have to rebrand. Because fuck, we can't have people dying.
Because then you're gonna
have
to edit it, yeah.
And that
you're gonna have to edit around it. There's stuff that I think will be there at E3. Anyway, I just can't think of them off the top of my head, especially not Bethesda, because to me that's only Fallout.
Well, the other 2 developers that I know Bethesda have, and I know have only, they released games, and then I don't know what they're working on now. They have Tango Gameworks, which was Mikami's group, and they're the ones who made Evil Within, and that launched, obviously, last year. They were still doing DLC for it, but, I'm assuming they're working on something new. And then you have Machine Games, the people who made Wolfenstein. And their main game launched over a year ago now.
I don't think they'll have a new one considering they just put out the Old Blood.
What about a new expansion for that?
Maybe,
By
but
expansion I mean
did
standalone, but
did it sell well enough for them to do another one?
I don't know. At that point, you've got the engine, you've got probably a lot of the assets. You're only really building an environment, aren't you? It's like,
I guess, but they could be working towards building a new game for next year.
yeah. I mean, I hope they're working on something new because those guys are. I didn't like everything about Wolfenstein, but the game is very special. It's a very weird game. Looking forward to it. So next press conference is Microshaft, I believe.
Microshaft.
We're gonna sign We're gonna do website content on these conferences. Gonna do some wrap ups, and every time we mention Microsoft, it's just got to be the $M because I know that'll piss someone off.
Yep.
I know it will. So Microsoft, you are the Microsoft ambassador of this podcast. Talk to me about it.
I'm the Microsoft ambassador because I have an Xbox One and not a PS4.
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much.
You have both, so surely you're the expert here.
I don't give a fuck. There is one game on this list that I give a shit about of the list I've constructed. And two of the games I put on there I know aren't even going to be shown at E3.
Right, well, off the top of my head, I think they will open up with Halo 5, talking about that, showing gameplay of it, talking about the TV series that's apparently dead, but not really. They'll go into news about the deal with Oculus.
Oh god, they shouldn't ever do anything more with TV. Did you see fucking Halo Nightfall?
No, I still haven't seen it.
Fuck, dude. Fuck. Carry on.
I will watch it one day.
No, you don't need to.
But,
don't watch it. You'll only feel sadness and disappointment.
They have to open up strong with Halo because that's their franchise. Then they'll talk about Oculus, I think. Did you see the video that they showed announcing this deal with Oculus?
You explained to me I know what they've done, but I can't believe it. So no, I haven't seen the video. I only saw a write-up about it.
They kept talking about how it'll work for both Windows 10 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
And now instead of calling them PC, they call them Win 10 machines.
Fuck. Really?
So they're like, you can be playing Fable Legends on your Xbox One, then switch over to your Win 10 machine and carry on playing.
I want to stab myself and their fucking executives. Holy shit.
That was my reaction too.
Win 10. I like it, but I don't, because it's fucking Windows 10.
Let's see, what else they'll have.
So wait a minute,
Fable
let's
Legends.
not move off this Oculus thing. What they've done is, they have, so you can stream your Xbox One to your PC, which is the Win 10 machine, in fact.
Yep.
Which is the most useless thing ever. So you want to play your 900p Xbox game from across your house at your desk on your 1080p or bigger monitor, which seems really dumb. It's like all this nice low-res compressed streaming. And then with the Oculus, you can now don the Oculus and watch your Xbox One game stream to your PC in a virtual living room. What the fuck is the point in that?
It's fucking dumb.
It's not like they're making Oculus games. It's like, no, you can just play that in a fake living room and wearing an Oculus.
I'm sure there will be games that actually use the Oculus Rift, but I think it's pretty dumb that they showcase that.
It's the fucking dumbest. Also, now you get a pack-in Xbox One controller, which is the worst controller of the current generation, so enjoy that. Ugh. I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't believe it.
Anyway, back to E3, before you start hating on Micro $.
I don't hate on anyone.
You call them Microshaft, and then you proceed to shit on them and their controller.
Their controller it's broken twice on me, right? I have a right to shit on them.
My controller's fine. Perfect. My Kinect's broken though.
That's because you don't have any games, so you don't need to use the Xbox One. Your Kinect's broken. You can't navigate the dashboard to use it because the Kinect doesn't work, and no human has ever managed to use the controller to find anything they wanted. They need to fucking redesign the Xbox One. That's what they better have that at that press conference.
That's what I think I told you off mic, that I'm pretty sure they'll announce that some sort of release date after summer or before the end of the year for Windows 10 on Xbox One, and they'll probably announce beta testing for preview members.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. I'll be genuinely excited. Unless it looks like ass, you know? Unless it's like now you don't have a custom background and it's just an advert for Office.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be outside the realms of possibility. Anyway, you were rattling down the list.
I don't have any sort of list here. I'm just going off the top of my head what I think will be there. I think that they will maybe have like fucking Sunset Overdrive DLC announced there.
They won't, because Sunset Overdrive sold less copies than Sonic Boom. So
Really?
yeah, definitely in the first 3 months it sold like 300,000 copies, and I think Sonic
Have
Boom
you
sold a little bit more across the two versions.
have you heard about that new Sonic game coming out?
I've heard that it's coming out. I can't believe it.
It's a 3DS exclusive Sonic game, and I don't know who now runs the Sonic_Hedgehog Twitter account, but they are like the best like marketing person ever.
Is it like Sega, or is it like some dude?
I don't know. It's some guy that works for Sonic, I guess.
For
Because
Sonic.
they,
Sonic's
yeah,
fucking agent.
but it's great. Like the guy who runs it now doesn't give a shit that people are asking him shit. Like, have you ever searched yourself on the internet? He's like, I've seen horrible things that this fandom has done to me, and shit like that. And he's just talking about loads of random crap on there.
I'm gonna look him up. You keep
It's.
running on down your list.
I was totally going to make a. I was going to ask you if it's alright to make just like this whole list on our site of just amazing tweets by him.
We should just
'Cause-
get the Twitter feed embedded on the corner of our site for the entire of E3.
Anyway, back to Microsoft. I think that they will have Crackdown 2, an actual announce date for that.
This
Considering
guy's
they
getting
showed
on
it
about
last year.
people using Photoshop and says they should be licensing MS Paint.
Yeah,
These fucking images.
it's pretty good.
Oh my god. Anyway, carry on, sorry. Crackdown?
Crackdown 2.
Nope.
Or Crackdown 3, rather.
Nope, it's
sorry.
not being shown.
Isn't it?
No, they're saving it for Gamescom.
Oh, well, never mind then, fuck it.
They
They'll
announced that
have,
today.
they'll have Scalebound.
That's being announced for Gamescom. They announced
Never
that
mind.
today.
I've run out of things that Microsoft could show. What have you got on your list?
I've got like 2 more things than you. Did you mention Forza?
Oh, no, I didn't. I forgot about that.
Forza 6. Now, we know they're working on Gears, so I expect a Gears 4. This is my pure speculation. Right, Gears collection. I've heard that it might only be Gears 1 remastered, which seems really dumb, but I'm expecting it to be all 3, which would be hot, I guess.
Unless they're doing, like, they'll remaster 1, put it out, and then charge you like $20 for it, and then put out 2 and charge $20 for that, and then put out 3 and charge $20 for that over the course of the year.
Yeah, I wonder if the Master Chief Collection scared them off a little bit, because I know Barney Ross went out and said that if they literally just like launched some more separate executables, it would have been way easier.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, either way, I would expect them all to be remastered, because, come on.
Well, they could put it in a bundle and just have their own executables anyway. They don't have to have this one base hub for it. I mean, you download the Gears collection, or you buy it and install it off a disc, and then what's stopping them from just having separate icons for Gears 1, 2, and 3 on your dashboards?
I would like them to be separate, because then I could only install 3, because it's the only one that's, like, good.
Hmm.
But that would be cool anyway, and I expect that to be there in some form. But then also,
Yep.
I would maybe expect a teaser for Gears 4, because they've got to be making that, surely.
Do you expect a teaser for some... What's that awful game that people want Microsoft to make?
Phantom Dust.
No.
Well, that's not going to be there either, because they can the studio making that. But...
The little furry creature. What is it?
Oh, Conker's Bad. Furfuck.
Conker.
Fur Day, sorry.
Yeah, you think there'll be a Conker's announcement there?
Oh, I don't,
I mean,
maybe.
last year was such a tease when they were like, hey, there's Conker. Oh, he's in Project Smart, lol, fuck you.
Yeah. I don't know. What about Minecraft? Is anything new happening on that front?
The 1.9 update's still being worked out on for PC. The console editions are still many updates behind.
Are you imagining anything new? What do they sell like DLC other than skins for Minecraft?
They sell texture packs,
Right.
skin packs, I guess overhaul packs. Like there's like a Mass Effect one where everything looks like Mass Effect, and you have Mass Effect music in there and stuff.
Right.
But that's about it.
They will totally open the show, because they have done for about 3 years now, with a Call of Duty demo.
Oh, I don't think so. I heard that Black Ops 3 is going to be PS4 this year, not
Fuck,
Xbox.
really?
Yeah, apparently there was some leaked German like fucking game fuel that had the PS4
Guardian
brand.
Fuel, fucking Bobby
it
hit
had
me.
the Sony branding on it.
That seems insane. That's like huge.
Yeah,
Means they're going to get the DLC a month early.
it does, but
I don't give a fuck.
I find
about
it weird that like I understand that COD fanboys take any like shots they can at each other between like Sony and Microsoft, but then it's like when Microsoft had the exclusive rights, they're like making fun of the Sony fans, saying how we get it first.
I don't
And
know
now
why.
Sony,
It's like it's shitty for the person on
yeah,
either end, isn't it? Really.
and now Sony's getting it first, and they're like, "Fuck you, Microsoft fags! Now we get it first, haha!" It's like, okay, it doesn't matter. You're all gonna buy it anyway.
That would feel to me, and it is just feeling. It doesn't really mean anything, but that would feel like a huge loss for Microsoft.
It would, yeah.
It's like Destiny being a PS4 game. Like it's not exclusive, but all the branding is PS4 for Destiny. It's like
Yeah, and
all
they'll
the
do that
branding
for
for COD
Call
was
of Duty as
Microsoft.
well. I think that there will be Star Wars Battlefront gameplay shown, or something to do with Star Wars Battlefront at the Microsoft conference.
Yeah, EA should be there, shouldn't they? 'Cause they've got,
Yeah,
like,
and then EA will talk about it more like last year with, was it Battlefield Hardline?
sure, makes sense.
No, it wasn't. It was Battlefield 4.
I think I don't know.
No, because Battlefield 4 was shown at the Microsoft press conference.
No, Dragon Age
a little
was.
bit.
Dragon Age was shown there. Yep, because they announced the exclusive DLC. Didn't clarify, so I was getting really pissed off because like, fuck, I want to play this on the PS4. Turns out it was just like I ended up getting it on the Xbox anyway because they had this week early access. But
Yeah.
they're gonna have Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, The
Womb
Rise
Raider.
of Womb Raider.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's
I
not
think-
me being
I think
sexist. It's just what I always call it, and I don't know how I ever found it out.
You cis pig.
Yep, absolutely. I hate women, basically.
I was talking about how you hate droids.
I do. I really don't like the CIS.
Danger, danger.
Oh God. But yeah, Halo, right? They you can read the cover story off Game Informer for free on their website, which is it's a good read. I don't know if you care about Halo.
I care about Halo to some extent, but I'm not going to read a massive document.
It is 5 pages. It's no images for some reason, or at least if they were, they didn't load on my computer. Because I've had some problems with the Game Informer website. Like for the longest time, they refused. Like I IP banned me for some reason, so that was
Weird.
annoying. But yeah, they talk through one of the levels of like you've got your 3 teammates with you now, and
Yeah.
everything's more open. There's like different routes. Like you can enable these turrets to shoot things. It's like they're making a modern game basically. It's not super linear.
That's good.
They teased the new multiplayer mode that's apparently going to bring together all the elements of the Halo sandbox. So we did a bit of speculating about this, and I reckon it's going to be a cross between Spartan Ops and like Destiny Patrol mode. With like
Yeah.
large open environments, like shitty daily missions, bounties, challenges, whatever. But then have like some sort of like episodic content embedded in there, so your team can like meet up every day and grind out the challenges, do a bit more DLC or something.
Yeah, I can imagine that if they don't focus the entire game on it, it's just like this. Because it's like the whole Destiny thing where people go back every day to do their dailies and then they go off. Having this as just not the focus of the game, to have this, exploration Destiny-esque game,
Yeah.
but just have this small side bit on it will be perfect, because then people will log in, do them, go off, and it's not like they're just playing this tiny fraction of the game that's focused around this. No, this is just a little side-on thing.
I think that would get me to play daily Halo again. Like when we were playing Halo 4, and before I even met you, I was playing Reach. Like every day, basically, you'd be like, come home from school, whack on Halo Reach. Come home from college, whack on Halo 4. I want it to be like that again,
Yeah, I remember the whack on Halo 4 days. Before that, for me, it was whack on Call of Duty.
It was going to be, I'm going to whack on this picture of Sarah Palmer and then beat one out before the cutscene ends. Basically. No, I'm a lasky dude. But yeah, that could be super cool. I'm excited to see what they bring out for Halo. I still want to shoot Master Chief in the head.
I think Halo will definitely be the focus, because they need to save
They
face
have
with the
to.
Xbox.
They have to.
I mean, Xbox... I think Xbox compared to... Not last year... What? It was 2013 that they announced the Xbox One, wasn't it?
It came out 2013, so they announced it. Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe they didn't announce.
Yeah. Like, over the 2 years...
They announced it in
since-
like February or something of 2013.
Did they?
Yep. It was a on the Microsoft campus announcement, and then it was at E3, and then it was
Oh,
out
yeah,
by
well,
Christmas.
Since E3 2013, the Xbox has actually, changed and gained some, I guess,
Has it? Gained
notoriety of not being complete shit.
Yes.
I'm saying it's better than it was in 2013. I'm not saying it's great. The fact that my Kinect just randomly stopped working and I can't do anything to fix it really pisses me off.
Yeah, I really liked the Xbox when it was on the demos and they were talking about always online and no more putting in discs. and then the
Yeah.
fucking internet shat on everything. And now look, I've got this box that half works that just keeps turning my TV off at random times.
People had problems with that because they were like, oh, then I don't own the game. I only own a license for it. Yet the other day when the Steam sale started, I wanted to play Fallout New Vegas, but the Steam servers were overloaded, so I couldn't play New Vegas because I only own a licensed copy because I downloaded it through Steam.
Yeah, but it's Val, it's Gaben. He's gonna keep you safe.
Gaben like jerked off into my mouth instead. That's what I had to put up with instead of playing my game that I paid for
No,
and
it's
I
like
want to
it's
own.
like Gaben jerked off into your mouth. You're like, okay, yeah, I can take this. You know, you're giving me good service. And then he's like, actually, I haven't been tested in 10 years, and then runs off. And you're like, well, fuck. Like, anything could have happened in 10 years to this dude, this shady motherfucker who doesn't shave.
Have you seen how he's changed in 10 years? Jesus.
I don't want to talk about Gabe Newell jacking off in your mouth anymore, to be honest.
I do, but we'll talk about that in private.
And then my last thing on my Microsoft list is, and this is underlined, it says broken promises. Because
is this a game or is this a...
No, this is when they say they're going to renew their commitment to the PC again. It's going to be a fucking
Oh,
lie,
gosh.
like it always is.
But now with your Win 10 machine, you can pick up the progress in any Xbox One TM game. With the power of the clouds.
So part of what I want to do is, I don't want to, like... People like to rejoice in the fact that everyone shits on E3, like on Twitter and stuff. It's like just a, a snark fest all over the internet. And I really hate that. So it's like, I don't want to shit on Microsoft, but if they come out and they say the word Win 10 more than 10 times, if Win 10 is this year's smart glass, I'm going to cry. I can't deal with that. I just can't.
Like you said, I am the quote-unquote, what did you call me? Xbox?
Xbox, I don't know what you want to be, aficionado, editor?
Xbox fuckboy, there we go.
Fuckboy, yeah.
And
You're Phil Spencer's
yeah, I
slave.
will happily shit on Microsoft if they do dumb shit.
Don't shit on Phil Spencer, he just wants a good time. He doesn't want you to open up. Anyway,
I like Phil Spencer. I don't really like Major Nelson.
Oh god.
Like, I don't know, there's just something about when he does like his update videos, he seems like too forced happy. When he's like, hi, Major Nelson here, bringing you some great new news about Windows 10 on Xbox One.
Hi, Major Nelson here. We're unveiling the latest covert ops controller for your Win 10 machine. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like that. Phil Spencer just seems like kind of down to earth and kind of cool.
He probably is. I don't like the part where he wears blazers and then t-shirts of indie games. So.
I like it. I don't like the indie games part, but I like that he just wears blazers and like nerd shirts.
Yeah, if he wore corporate shirts instead, that's just like Microsoft development staff or something. Yeah, way better.
I don't know. I think if he came out in some like weird, just if he came out in like a fucking wrestling shirt covered by his blazer, I would just like freak out.
Finn Balor's just mouth on this t-shirt.
He comes out in the paint like Finn Balor.
Oh god. If he did that...
Crawling across the stage.
If he did that, I would plug my Xbox One in, I'd turn the fan off, because I've had to plug a fan in today, because I'm fucking sweating. And I would plug my Xbox One back in. If he did that. Only if he did
pretty
that.
Good. Listen to us, Phil Spencer.
Yeah, Phil Spencer, I'm going to tell you how to run your company. You fucking wear the body paint. And you like it.
So,
Peter
what
Moore would wear
happens
body
after
paint.
Microsoft? What happens after Microsoft?
I don't know. I think it's EA. Does that sound right?
Okay.
EA, then
It's either
Ubisoft,
EA
then Sony?
or Ubisoft.
I'm pretty sure it's EA. I'm pretty sure Sony... Oh, Ubisoft is later, because Ubisoft is late enough that I'm getting ready to think about sleeping, and then I realize I have to wait through the conference, and then like an hour for the Sony one. So Ubisoft's the hard part of the day.
Let's discuss EA then.
Right, so EA, they sent a press release out just before we started recording, stating that they were going to have Andrew Wilson, the hot CEO, demo 12 games on stage. Oh, no, sorry, they said a dozen games, so basically 12. And then they listed a load of games that were going to be hands-on, plus a few extra surprises. So there's 12 games in the hands-on. So if you assume that 3 of them are mobile, because 3 of them are mobile, there's like 6 sports games, 3 of them are... Well, there's 5 sports games. There's 7 sports games, 3 of them are mobile, right? So you've got Need for Speed, Star Wars Battlefront. They're going to have the Old Republic expansion there, because they unveiled that a few months ago. Or they announced it like a month ago or something. Need for Speed, Mirror's Edge, Catalyst is now what it's called. And then they've got like the 5 sports games. So what do you think the other like 3 hot new games will be?
I don't know, on my mind is just Mirror's Edge, Star Wars, fucking sports games that'll probably cover like 5 or 6, like Madden,
I'm trying to pull up the
FIFA.
list. I just can't fucking find it.
New games, I don't know what studios they own is the problem. I think
They own
that
everyone.
maybe we'll have some sort of news from something BioWare's doing. Like, they may just confirm Mass Effect 4 at this point.
So here's
Like,
what you can
officially
play
on
on
stage.
this is what you can play on the hands-on, and they say there's going to be a few more surprises. FIFA 16, FIFA EA Sports, and that's the mobile one. So they said that only HD games are going to be shown on stage. So to me, that says not mobile.
Yeah.
So the FIFA mobile one's not going to be there. You've got Madden, that's going to be on stage. Madden mobile's not going to be there. Minions Paradise, no idea what that is.
That sounds
Any
like a
ideas?
mobile game.
It could be. It's partnered with Illumination. I don't know who they are. Mirror's Edge Catalyst, like you said. NBA Live, that's going to be on stage. NHL 16, that's going to be on stage. The Rory McIlroy PGA Tour, that's going to be on stage. So yeah, there's their 5 sports games. And then you have the Old Republic, Battlefront, Need for Speed. So they have the Criterion game, you know, the one with the ATVs they showed last year.
Fuck!
What?
The Minions game is those fucking minions from Despicable Me.
Oh. Well, there's a hot license. EA doing their part.
Oh, God.
What about a new Plants vs. Zombies? I know that was in that financial report, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be there.
That's next year, I think, so it must be. Mass Effect confirmed, do you reckon?
I think they'll go on stage and talk about Mass Effect. Be brief, but they'll basically give a general idea
What
about
about
the plot.
the visceral Star Wars game?
Isn't that cancelled again?
No. Not that I'm aware of. This is the one that Amy Hennig, the director, or one of the writers of The Last of Us, went to work on.
I don't think that they'll announce that, considering they're already pushing out a Star Wars game this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder when that'll fit in, though. Because it's like, you've got to imagine they're going to have a DICE release every Christmas. Battlefront is this year's. Battlefield will probably be next year's, I would have imagined. I'm
pretty sure next year we'll get Bad Company 3.
Did you think? I thought they've already confirmed Battlefield 6.
5.
I'm sure they... wasn't there something about a beta or something in that?
Maybe, I'm pretty sure I've heard of that, yeah, but to me, I don't see why they'll put out Battlefield 5 when they still said they'll support Battlefield 4 for a little longer.
Yeah. But we don't know what they're going to do with Battlefront, do we, yet? Like, that's so weird, no. Battlefront. They released one teaser image the other day. Just one image, one screenshot they called it, but it just looks like the same pre-rendered from the trailer.
Did you put on your Darth Vader onesie and jerk off onto your Stormtrooper helmet after seeing it?
If you mean my Stormtrooper helmet, meaning my fucking smiling face, then yes. Yes, I did.
Throw your legs in the air, lean against the door, yep.
Yep, you gotta lean against the door in case anyone comes in. Basically. you don't want that rude awakening. Anyway, yeah, so I imagine... it's got to be Mass Effect, right? Because I know that they cancelled that one BioWare game they showed off at Gamescom. You know, the one that was being developed down in Austin. And that team's now working on Star Wars.
No, I've not heard of that.
It was the 4v1 fucking Magic game.
Oh.
But I don't think that was the new IP that Casey Hudson was doing design work on before he left. I could be wrong, but I thought he was working on something in Edmonton, and then he left when it was finished designing. And that's what the BioWare writers are on now. Like, Mike Gator? David Gator moved over to the team, and he was one of the big writers from Dragon Age. So, I don't know. Something from BioWare anyway. That isn't Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the other unnamed things are. I mean, they say it'll be a surprise, so I don't think there will be anything too surprising from them. EA are known to have really stable and well-known releases. They couldn't really do anything that would surprise everybody.
I just got an Xbox email. They're inviting me to use the fucking hashtag Xbox E3 on Twitter. Thank you for that one. Piece of shit. Yeah, I can't use anything else.
Are we totally just gonna have a embedded Twitter feed that just shows our tweets during E3 on the website?
I guess. I don't want to use Twitter. Like I don't want to get caught up. I don't want to look at Twitter for a week. It's basically my thoughts. If you want to include the Sonic the Hedgehog one in there too, then I'm on board. But
I was thinking just throwing on an embedded Twitter feed of just me and you having all the E3 shit appear on there.
Yeah, perhaps. perhaps. We can throw it on. I don't know how much I'm going to tweet, though. Like, because I'm going to be busy writing notes when you fuckers are making snarky comments about trailers not looking good. But yeah, we should just fucking redesign the site the day before E3, why not?
Yeah.
Let's do the design doc live on air. Sounds good.
Let's remove the CSS.
What CSS? It's all inline. Yeah, do you want to move on to Ubisoft?
Oh no, but we have to.
This is a short list for me. He says, and then realizes there's a second page. The Division. That's going to be there. It's got to be there. It's got to be a video game, right? You said 2 years ago it was your most anticipated game of 2014, so...
I was a gullible idiot back then.
Rainbow Six Siege. It's going to be there.
Could be cool if they actually show gameplay.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Shouldn't laugh. Shouldn't laugh. It's going to be like some fucking kid shouting, "Oi, cop out," in the middle of a demo.
You know that's going to be like the main focus of their presentation is, Ooh, and I'm sneezing. Oh.
The good news is we've got Aisha Tyler, so she's always good fun. I've just thrown coffee all down my leg, so give me one hot second.
I'm sneezing, you're spilling coffee on yourself.
God,
this is going
so professional. This is why we're rebranding. Oh, fuck, it's black coffee too. Don't go on my pan. Keep it. I'm gonna dab myself.
They will have that dancing game. I don't remember what it's called. Is it Dance Dance Revolution?
That's Konami, and they're not gonna have any video games.
That's a good point. Konami are dead.
That's Just Dance.
Just Dance, yes, they'll have Just Dance there. I think it's not going to be as memorable as Aisha, or whoever it was last year that was on stage.
What about the French guy and the American guy being vaguely racist?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember how awkward that was?
I wasn't referencing them. I was referencing the random girl that got congratulated for dancing.
Oh, when they had the Just Dance mobile, which is like 20 people on stage with phones, just dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if they'll have another Shape Up game. Did that ever come out? That was the two guys facing off. Or was that the French dude who was really into his fitness?
Probably.
I don't know. Rayman?
I don't know, but I will riot if we do not hear some news about Alberta's prize.
Alberta's? What?
She was the one that won.
Oh, right.
I had to look that up on our site to find her name again.
Was that on our site? Is that where we were a year ago? Reporting on fucking Ubisoft prize winners?
Yeah, the stage was flooded by dancers with smartphones, and Alberta won. She was so psyched.
Watch Dogs 2. Don't hide it. They've got fucking nothing. They've got like a Rainbow Six game, fucking 2 Tom Clancy games, and the guy's dead, and they've got 1 Assassin's Creed title. Last year they had like 12 games at this thing.
You're forgetting that this is Ubisoft, and they can jerk off their own dicks for an hour and a half just talking about Assassin's Creed, and the internet will like eat it up.
Will they though?
They don't need anything else.
Like, the thing with Assassin's Creed is it's a bad video game, right?
It is.
They're always fucking... There's never been a great Assassin's Creed. Even 2 was like, oh, this is good, but still kind of fucked up in places.
Mm.
And, like... I'm not convinced Ubisoft can make games. I think they're cheating. I think they're cheating at video games.
They brought a calculator into their exam.
When was the last time they released a game that was actually, like, universally praised? Like... Hit me with one. Any. And I'm not talking about the indie shit, because that doesn't count.
Assassin's Creed 4.
Because, I guess, but like everyone was like, this is a really fun game. It's not about assassins. And like, they need to make something new. That isn't shit.
They don't make anything new. They just copy-paste their template for every single game and change a few things. Let's replace the assassins with cars. We can still keep the watchtowers in there.
It's like, yeah. So many games came out last year from like Ubisoft, for example, and I'm just like, I'm trying to imagine who's the person playing them and tuning in every month for the new DLC. Like, who's playing The Crew today? How many people? 4?
Who's playing Watch Dogs today?
Yeah, exactly. Like, there was DLC for those games, wasn't there? I know there was for Watch Dogs.
I think there was like 1 DLC and they planned like a bunch, and I haven't heard anything else about it. It's
like people like to say that the middle tier of games, like the THQs of the world, are no longer existing. They're totally there. They're just like masquerading as like AAA developers. Like fucking, Ubisoft.
You look at some of the jank that THQ put out, and then you can easily compare it to what Ubisoft's putting out.
There was more
Except Ubisoft
character in the
have
fucking...
a lot of money.
Yeah, there was more character in the goddamn floppy pink dildo than there was in the entire of the Ubisoft lineup from last year.
Yep, the pink floppy dildo has more charisma and personality than whatever vaguely British person they have on the front of their Assassin's Creed Syndicate
He's
box
going to be
art.
poorly shaved and going to have woman problems. That girl's going to die halfway through it, and he's going to get stressed and go on a revenge killing quest, isn't he? Isn't he?
Yes, it's Ubisoft.
It's...
Of course it is.
I liked the 360 era, the early to mid 360 era Ubisoft of the late Prince of Persia games and the early Tom Clancy ones. Like, I enjoyed that Ubisoft, and then when they became all homogenized, like around the time of Future Soldier and Assassin's Creed 2, that's when I just lost interest in their entire approach.
Yeah, but we are going to be impartial for this E3.
We're not going to be impartial, we're not going to be assholes, is how I view it. They're going to have some smaller stuff, surely, the Valiant Hearts of the world.
They're going to have, what was that crappy platformer game that I played?
Child of Light?
Child of Light 2, there we go.
That game should not get a sequel. Shouldn't. But they're going to have something off that scale, surely, aren't they?
Yeah, of course they will. They need filler content for when they are fucking up all of their major releases.
What about Assassin's Creed Chronicles? There's 3 games for them, isn't there? Only one's out now. So they're going to have, the second one of them, maybe?
Oh yeah, there was rumoured that, 3 Assassin's Creed games were coming out this year.
God. One of them will be a card game on mobile, so it's fine. What about, are they going to churn out another Far Cry?
I don't think it's too early for them to do that.
What about a standalone, i.e. Blood Dragon, but for Far Cry 4?
Again, I think it's too early for that. I think around April Fool's next year, 2016, they could do that again.
Yeah. I'm just, they have nothing this year, really. There's 2 Tom Clancy games. One we know is coming out next year. The Division, they've already announced that was coming out next year, wasn't it, in a financial report? So it's they can't just have a season with 2 games and then a Just Dance. That's insane. It's insane. They must have something else. But they're taking so long on games now. Division's been in the hopper for 3 years. We've known about it. If they announced a Watch Dogs 2, when would that come out? In 2 years' time?
I don't know. It's still not going to make me buy it.
You will buy it because you need to review it. Because as far as the website's concerned, I never played the previous one. So we need someone with your experience to come in and review it from a position of knowledge. Do you know anything else about Ubisoft?
No, I know nothing about Ubisoft.
They have 20,000 studios and 2 games.
Yep.
Which brings us to Sony, who have no games, but a lot of money apparently. Because they are just churning out the third-party games.
Is Sony the last one?
Nope, but the last one of Tuesday.
Oh god, what's after this?
Nintendo Square Enix PC game show.
Oh god.
Well, Sony, right, do you have any input on Sony? Do you want me to run down my list?
You run down your list because I don't know anything about Sony. I assume they'll have some sort of God of War thing. They'll have
God of War
more
HD.
Uncharted.
They've announced anyway. That's coming out in a couple of months' time. July. God of War new one. Surely they have to. Coming out sometime next year.
Again, all I can think of is some Project Morpheus news. And they'll actually give it a proper name this time. Uncharted, God of War, a bunch of indie stuff.
Well, they've got Guerrilla Games, who made Killzone Shadowfall, so they're well due to a game announcement, I would have thought. And there was all that concept art that came out a year ago for some sort of shooter that looked kind of like Destiny, but sexier. It was only concept art, but maybe we'll see a teaser of that or something. Or maybe that's still a couple of years off. I have no idea how fast they work.
We'll see Metal Gear.
Metal Gear? Destiny DLC? That's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Gran Turismo it's going to have to be there because Evolution Studios burned the other Sony racing games. So,
well, they've got to put it out to compete with Forza.
Yeah, but that Gran Turismo takes so long. But there's definitely an Isle of Man track. They fucking Isle of Man government leaked that a year and a half ago.
Really?
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, TT track. Street Fighter 5 because that's PS4 exclusive or console exclusive anyway. And there's some screenshots came out of that this week, so that's going to be there in some form. Hellblade, which is the sexy lady with the fucking mental illness. You wouldn't remember. There's a sexy lady who looks like the Heavenly Sword person. And that was totally a game announced last year. That's there because like there've been press releases on that. Did you see the Ratchet and Clank trailer?
No.
I don't give a fuck about Ratchet and Clank. I don't give a fuck about most of Sony's lineup, to be honest. But that Ratchet and Clank trailer is really impressive. It looks like a Disney Pixar film, but it's gameplay.
That's awesome.
Like I say, I don't give a fuck, but it looks super impressive. Tearaway, the PS4 one. The Last Guardian. It's surely got to be there. No Man's Sky, Bloodborne expansion.
Oh yeah, that'll be there.
They've announced that's a thing that's happening. And I thought that maybe Dark Souls 3 will be either this or the Microsoft one. I don't know which, but that's going to come out on both anyway.
Yeah.
The Nathan Drake collection. Until Dawn, that shitty horror game. And then you're probably right, yeah, with like weird indie stuff.
That was a big thing for them last year to get a whole bunch of indies or indie exclusives because people apparently care about indie games.
I think it's kind of like a goodwill gesture almost, isn't it, really? I was really excited about the Grim Fandango announcement, but that's just me. I thought they maybe have like, well, I don't know if they'd do this, but if they had like Persona 5 there, it would be the only place that it would show up. But I don't know if like Sony view it as a big enough deal. But that would be really cool to see.
Yeah. They just need to play some of the awesome Persona music and it would get me hyped for it.
Persona 4 Dancing All Night trailer on the main show floor, opening the press conference. Fucking Yosuke
a bunch of Yosuke cosplayers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I have. I would really love to see something from Guerrilla, because obviously they made that launch Killzone game and have done nothing since.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it to come out this year, but it would be really nice to see.
Wait, they're the ones who made Shadowfall, right?
Yep, they made all the Killzone
That
ones.
was a really good game.
Really,
from what I've heard.
I liked it. I don't know. There was a lot of people who didn't, just thought it was like good. It was fine, like a 75 on Metacritic or something. But if considering how shit the launches were for the two consoles, that was maybe my favorite shooter of that year. With the exception of Battlefield
it wasn't
4.
great.
But I was playing Battlefield 4 solo, so I played way more Killzone. I genuinely think the Last Guardian's going to be there this year.
They say that every year.
But now, well, the rumors are that Mark Cerny, the architect of the PS4, also creator of Knack, his studio's totally been put on finishing that game because Studio Japan just can't seem to finish it. So if it's going to be there, it's going to be there this year, or it doesn't exist at all.
Why do people have such a boner for it? I don't understand.
I don't either. It's like that Eco Shadow of Colossus and stuff. It's that PS2 game I never played.
I don't even know what that is, so okay.
We should... Maybe I'll pick up a copy. I think it's on the PS3. We should, if they do announce it, then we should revisit it and see what all the fuss is about.
Okay.
Because that would be interesting. But yeah. It's funny because Sony, people, even Sony admitted their first party lineup is bad. But then when you look at the Microsoft one and you compare it to the Sony one, it's oh, I've got a bit more. I've got a bit more to play with.
Which one has a bit more to play with?
Sony. It depends. It depends if they get a new Gears of War, a new God of War announced, or they get a new Guerrilla game out. But they have the capacity. Those studios must be working on something. And
yeah, see, the problem is I'm not trying to be a fanboy, but most of my interests are Microsoft related in terms of exclusive. That's why I bought an Xbox instead of a PS4 because of the exclusives like Halo and stuff. So to me, there's a lot of stuff at Sony like last year where I'm not interested in it.
You're going to be interested in the fucking Destiny expansion, let me tell you. Flames, Hell Flame, something.
I thought it was the King something.
It's the Taken King, yeah, but you totally get a Hellflame sword or something. It was on those Red Bull shots.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. But doing this website is maybe care less about individual game franchises, which I guess is a good thing. But maybe it's just because Halo is the one game on the Xbox I care about, and they fucked that up over the last 2 years. So bad. Yeah. It's I'm excited for Halo 5, but playing that demo didn't exactly fill me with confidence.
Halo 4 came out in 343, did a great job at that, and then since that game came out, they've put out 2 crappy twin stick shooters and a
Oh,
broken X-Bone title.
yeah. I'm trying to remember what the Halo 5 thing was like, but I remember at that time we were doing video content and I was like super nervous because I was playing like shit when I'm trying to record this audio. So it was like a rotten experience all around. So I wonder if playing it now, without that pressure would be more fun. But we'll have to wait until October.
We will.
And on to day 3.
I was about to say, do you want to move on to the Squeenix?
Squeenix, it's on the other side of my pad.
Well, Squeenix is before Nintendo, right?
I think by an hour, yeah. So I don't know if they'll overlap a little bit.
Okay, well, there's only one thing I know that's happening at... No, 2 things I know are happening at Squeenix.
Well, hit me with them.
Deus Ex, they'll show that off.
Yep. And?
Go
on.
Final Fantasy.
Yep, I hope so. I'm sure I read somewhere they said they weren't going to have Final Fantasy 15 there. Because they're updating the demo for that. Dark. But I'm sure they'll have something Final Fantasy related. Maybe that hot phone game dude. You know, the guy in like the fucking mankini.
Oh yeah.
You must have seen that. Like maybe they'll have that there or something. They've got that Star Ocean game they announced. I don't know what that is. They've got that Project X Zone. I don't know what that is. They have Tomb Raider, obviously. Crystal Dynamics. They're publishing Just Cause 3, so that's got to be there.
Oh, of course.
Or maybe that's the kind of thing you show off at a Microsoft conference.
Maybe, it depends on who has the first DLC for it.
But yeah, that's going to be there somewhere.
Again, it's like, I have no interest in anything here other than Deus Ex, unfortunately.
Did you see the Figureheads? They announced a mech shooter 5-on-5 called Figureheads.
What, did they?
Like a couple of days ago. That's going to be there.
I've not seen it. I can't wait to see that now. That sounds awesome.
And for me personally, and about 2 other people in the West to be excited about, Dragon Quest Heroes, the Dynasty Warriors Dragon Quest crossover, is totally coming out in.
Oh God!
In the U, it's definitely the US, and I think it's the EU as well. So that'll be hot. There was something else.
I could have sworn there was something else as well, but they own Thief, don't they?
They're never gonna make another one of them.
Thief 4, but they'll spell it with a 4 somewhere in the title. I don't know how they'll do it.
Thief 4 came out like a year ago. Don't you remember?
Hey, 4 ETH is going to be released this year.
It was the Thief, wasn't it? That was when you got really excited about Deus Ex. I pulled up the list of what that team had last made, and it was fucking Thief, which was not a great game. And Murdered Soul Suspect, that fucking weird ghost detective game where you're constantly smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else.
Oh, wait, what about that Cyberpunk game? Who'll have that?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
That's not going to be showing off. No way. Maybe another trailer, but they've said it's already like years off, because that's the Witcher team. I think they said it wasn't going to be until 2017.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So maybe they'll have a trailer, but I don't know. I wonder if somebody will show like Witcher DLC off or something. Isn't that meant to come out like November this year, the first pack?
Maybe.
Don't know. Do you want to move on to Nintendo? Because that's the really exciting one.
Exciting for you, who owns a Wii U, yeah.
They're going to show something on mobile, surely. Their first hot mobile games. Like, here you can tap on this Mario, it makes Marios fly out.
Tap on it and Mario jumps up and hits a coin box. Yep. Like Cookie Clicker. Except like a year late.
Maybe some Splatoon content? That's going to be there in some form.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Splatoon. They have to show that at some point.
Oh, and show Zelda, maybe? Probably. Maybe that'll help.
I don't think that's going to release anytime soon. I think that's going to be early 2016.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not this year, but that'll probably be there. Star Fox? They said that was coming out this year, which seems insane. I don't know if you remember that Zelda video with the 2 dudes, Enuma and Miyamoto.
Yeah. I think Nintendo are crazy and stupid enough to be like, here's the first time we're showing you Star Fox. Oh, it's available right now.
They wouldn't do that. And then again, they didn't announce the release date for Smash Brothers till about 20 days before it came out.
Yeah,
So,
Nintendo aren't the greatest when it comes to telling people information of when they can buy this shit.
but they are the funnest. They are the most fun.
I can't wait to see what Nintendo do this year based on what happened last year with the
Metroid.
fucking. No, shut up! I'm trying to talk about the weird Iwata and Reggie
yeah.
fight for Smash Bros. And then the weird Robot Chicken claymation scenes. They were amazing.
Yeah. They're gonna have Metroid. They're gonna have a Wata fucking crawling, and then getting reamed by Reggie.
Why can't Metroid crawl?
They fucking will be crawling away from the dominatrix Reggie Fils-Aimé. Bill Trinan, you think he's the quiet, nice one, but he's secretly the.
They will announce Animal Crossing Wii U, Animal Crossing U.
Yep.
And Isabelle will be there and she'll be talking about her husbando Bill Trinan, and everybody will commit seppuku.
Sure. You're the one person who I know who plays Animal Crossing.
It's such a great, comfy game.
When you say comfy, I cringe. I don't know why. It worries me. What you do to those people worry me. It's called Animal Crossing. Animal and crossing.
I only cross swords with animals.
Furries that are actually traps is what I'm imagining. And I don't know that I want to imagine it anymore. Speaking of furries, Yoshi Yarn World. Yarn Ball. Yarn. That's a video game.
Speaking of furries, what about that movie Zootopia?
What?
Have you not heard of this?
No.
My Twitter feeds exploded today, so I figured I'd talk about it.
So you exploded
some
today.
Oh, all over the news, yeah.
Nice.
But apparently there's some weird furry movie called Zootopia coming out.
I'd believe it. Weird.
You mentioned furry, so I thought I'd bring it up.
Thank you for that. Why it's not surprising that you've heard of this and I haven't.
Clearly I've got to mention Zootopia so I can put it in the tags for YouTube.
No. I don't want those people tagged into this thing. The kind of person who searches for Zootopia does not want to be... They probably do want to be clicking on this video. I mean, we started with talking about it with executives coming in each other's mouths, so... I mean, why not? But yeah, Yoshi Yarn thing. Mario Maker.
Is that not out yet?
Nope. Fire Emblem, right? I think they're doing some hot crossovers, and then they're doing an actual new Fire Emblem. So I'm sure we'll see one or of both of them, either there or during the Treehouse stream or something. What about a new Pokemon? Is that likely?
No, I don't think so.
And do they do annual
Usually,
or not?
Usually we hear news about Pokemon before E3.
What about that
and I haven't
Pokemon
heard anything.
tournament thing? Is that real?
Oh, that'll probably be out this year. They also have a new mystery dungeon Pokemon game coming out. But that's not in the main line.
Yeah.
But I'll be there.
They've got that Hyrule Warriors 3DS game that got leaked.
That's coming out on 3DS?
It's a different game. It's Hyrule Warriors Heroes or something. But it's got like crossover capabilities, so if you own both, you unlock things in the Wii U version and stuff.
It's a way for them to shill more amiibos.
Absolutely. Great. You get to play as the cool Tetra, the girl from the pirate girl from Wind Waker. She's cool. And that's all I have. No, I have hot amiibos. Would love
fucking amiibos.
Oh, this is my my pure speculation. What I'd love to see is a game that sort of brings the amiibos together more. You know, like a Disney Infinity kind of thing, where it's just like some sort of weird, shitty action platformer, but you can play as anyone. Something like that would be really nice to see.
I would totally buy a Wii U and all the amiibos if Animal Crossing U let you import those amiibos into the game as villagers.
So I could just import my squid, my green squid inkling squid.
Yeah, and it'd be cool if it changed the game mechanics, like you wake up and suddenly there's just fucking ink everywhere and you've got to go and clean up the town.
It's like, oh, he's been out fucking smearing his semen, or what is semen on the walls. God damn it, Bill Trin. You fuckers.
Yeah, I think there should be some sort of game that puts all the amiibos together like that.
It would get me excited.
Like Nintendo World.
Haven't they already done that?
Probably, yeah. I was just trying to come up with a name.
Amiib Moon.
A Weeb World.
A Weeboo.
Yeah, a Weeboo.
God. I keep getting emails today. That's bizarre. And then I get distracted because I open my phone. It's just a naked person. But anyway.
Should get off Reddit.
No, that's just my background now, dude. I'm embracing it. Going all the way. Going all the way. So I don't know anything about what's happening for this PC game show. I don't know if it's a press conference. I don't know if it's just two dudes on a sofa. Have you heard anything about it?
No.
Nope, neither
I thought we weren't going to cover this.
Well, I have got a list of other games that I think might be at the show, but not on a press conference. If you want to run through
XCOM.
that real quick. XCOM 2 is one of them. Sonic Boom. There's no way Nintendo is going to let that near their press conference.
Oh, God.
Fortnite, that fucking weird fake Minecraft game from Epic. I know they've been showing that off to press recently, so I think it might be there.
Not heard of this.
It was like 2 years ago, or 4 years ago or something. Unreal Tournament, I don't think will be there, but if Epic has any presence, then maybe they'll mention it or something. Have you kept up with that? It's been in like a beta or something for ages.
No.
With the paid mods, like basically paid mods for it.
No, I haven't.
Hollow Point. I can't remember who's making that.
What is Hollow Point?
It's a really cool cyberpunk squad-based game from Ruffian. I can't remember what they make. They've made something impressive, or something people know about. But yeah, they're totally making a game. It was announced not long ago, and that's going to be at the show. There's about like 10,000 Warhammer games in development from various little shitty studios, including...
I bet you're hyped for them.
No, but I am hyped for Total War Warhammer, which is the Sega Creative Assembly one. So that's got to be there. I wonder if Relic will have a new game. They're the people who make Dawn of War and Company of Heroes. They haven't put out a game in like 18 months since the original Company of Heroes 2. So I wonder if they might be there. That's obviously a Sega company, so...
Yeah.
Persona 5, Persona 4, Dancing All Night. I think they've said that one's definitely at the show. They might have said Persona 5's there. All the Tecmo Koei games, you got Samurai Warriors 4, you got Samurai Warriors 3 Chronicles, but that's out in like 2 weeks' time, so that probably won't be there. Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence. Myself and 3 others care about that game. Or 3 others that speak English, I guess. WWE 2K16, they've said it's at the show, but traditionally they don't show gameplay, do they, until like later.
Oh god, that game's gonna be a mess.
Batman, but that's out in a couple of weeks, so who knows? That'll probably be at like the Sony press conference for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah.
Battleborn, that is the what's it called? People who make Borderlands, but it's called
2K.
Battleborn. Yeah, it's their MOBA thing, but it's like they're not calling it a MOBA. But they sent out screenshots today. It totally looks like Borderlands. Like the UI, the same way they have the 2 bars up the left that are slightly skewed.
Yeah.
All the graphics, like, just totally looks like another version of Borderlands.
Do you think that either Microsoft or Sony will have any news about a potential GTA 5 DLC?
They are.
They've got to be working on it now.
The single player, do you mean?
Yes.
I don't know, but if they did, it would probably be at a press conference, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I figured it'd be one of those two, and the reason I bring it up is because I know we stopped talking about the Steam sales, but have you seen what Rockstar and a bunch of other companies are doing?
No. Go on.
Specifically Rockstar, now that GTA 5's on PC, and now the Steam summer sales come around, and people are holding off on buying it until it goes on sale this year. And so what Rockstar have done is they've made it so you can't buy, like, GTA 5 on its own is like, I don't know, $50, $60,
Yeah.
whatever is on Steam. I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I think it's like £38.
I already own 3 copies of the game. I don't need a 4th.
But essentially, it's basically £40. And
Yeah.
what they've done is they've got like 25% off, but you can only buy it in bundles with shark cards, the in-game currency,
wow.
that bring the total price up to the original price. Even though it says like 20% off, it's still $40 or
That's
£40.
smart. That's really smart.
It's fucking scummy, and it's actually illegal in a lot of countries, but a lot of companies are doing that on Steam
That's
during
smart,
the sale.
though. Like, I don't know.
I think it's dumb.
I think that's the kind of thing I would do if I were in a suit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's what a corporate person would do, thinking it's a great idea, but
You know
it's
what?
also
Corporate
really
people
scummy.
make this industry go round. So, I think they get the
Is that
right
what you've
to...
learned from your project building?
My project... I spoke with a managing director of a company. We won't disclose who the client was. But this is an older dude who's been running a business for a while. And he sort of looked me in the eye, like we did this, we presented these findings to him, and he was like, "I totally agree with you. You know, I feel we're all in agreement. You know, everything you said, I totally agree with. But what if we just don't fix this problem and just ship it?" And I was like, "That's that's an attitude to take, I guess." And I wonder how much of that is in the games industry, of like just older people who, you know, like they're now in an industry that's changed, and they're either stuck in their business practices or trying to adopt their old practices into what it is now.
Or they're going tits up like C, Figure A, Konami.
Yeah. But like Konami is interesting because it's like people like to say, "Oh, they're like, you know, the company's failing," but they're really, I would imagine, and I don't know anything about their executive level, but they seem to be realigning on games that make them money. So like that's the best financial move. I know people don't like it. You know, Silent Hill fans are never going to accept it, but you know, if the company's going to go out of business, or if the company ends up like Capcom, where it's like you can't publish a game on your own, you have to get either like financed by Microsoft or Sony. It's like, is that better, really? Because then you end up with exclusives like, you know, Dead Rising and Street Fighter V. But yeah, you were right. You were right about that business thing. It was.
It's gonna be, I just thought I'd mention it because it's been causing a stir on the internet. I figured I don't want to miss over stuff like we missed the whole Steam refund thing last week. We should have talked about that.
Yeah, we should have done, but also it's like, you know, Steam gave people a basic consumer right, so what's the news there? Like, I don't get.
Well, the news is that they haven't given this basic consumer right up until now.
No, but you know, I don't know.
I mean, people in the UK could get what's the word I'm looking for here?
Refunds.
Refunds. There we go. People in the UK could get refunds because of some weird law we have over here. All you have to do is email Steam and say, "Yeah, this law states that I'm entitled to a refund," and they give it to you.
I think it was. I don't know if it was the UK or all of Europe, but yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the two, but it wasn't well known. But now they've actually gone out and put an actual refund system in there.
But you know, Steam's already so fucked with the user reviews and like the way. I don't like Steam. It's I don't want to be elitist, but it's full of shit and shit people who get their voices heard very, you know, surfaced very easily. Like you must have heard about those who like bully indie devs for like good reviews in exchange for Steam codes and stuff. It's like,
yeah, I've heard of them as well.
It's like,
I don't like Steam curators. I don't like looking at a game that's on sale and seeing some person I don't care about rated up at the top of the page talking about the game.
There's one. Some of them are amazing though. There's like this one anime account. It's just like a picture of someone's anime ass, basically. And the whole thing of this curation is like we review games, or they're not even reviews. It's like we just put our stamp on games that have anime girls in them. But there was one, like, you know, for the Sunrider game we've covered on the site.
Yeah.
One of the visual novel only one was, you know, this is based on a franchise of mechs and anime girls. I like mechs, but they've got rid of the mechs and replaced it with more anime girls, so thumbs up. And I was like, that's the kind of Steam curation I can get behind.
Yeah, some of them's good, but I don't care about, like, you know, PC gamers' opinion on a game, or like YouTube personalities like Total Biscuit popping up when I look at a game.
Do you follow any specific personalities? Because I thought maybe that might be something that would like get you to care about their curation.
Online, not really. I don't tend to follow people because I don't have enough time anymore.
Yeah.
Which is a problem, but I follow one, I guess, group of streamers, and I follow their curation thing on Steam, because if you follow somebody, it's more likely for theirs to pop up rather than somebody who's been, like, you know, upvoted, or whoever has the most followers, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I follow the Giant Bomb one, but I don't agree with what they think is a good game most of the time, so
yeah,
it's like, it's pointless.
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand why people follow personalities and, I guess, blindly follow what they say, but I don't really like that on Steam.
Well, it's always the thing with reviews, isn't it? I think we've always said that you should, like, it always annoys me when people, like, you know, shit on game reviews, because it's like, you can have a bad review, but if you're arguing with the score because you don't agree, especially when it's a game that you couldn't have possibly played the full thing through, like anything on Metacritic on launch day, it's like, just, you know, find somebody whose reviews you do value, whether or not you agree with them, and it solves the problem. And if that works for people using Steam curation, then that's great, but I only ever see the shit on Steam, so
yeah,
it's hard to be positive about, like, the fucking review bombing and the shitty curation pages. I imagine, I don't follow PC Gamer, but I imagine theirs is like, well, this offers 4K support, so, and I'm a tech journalist, so there you go. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's the problem.
This offers
There's a lot of
VR
things I've
support,
seen.
and I work for Polygon, so 10 out of 10.
Fucking Polygon.
I love Polygon because they're all old and they hate video games, but I think that'll wrap us up for the 3 pre-drop part. I fucked
The
that one up.
pre-free drop.
The indie games. I love Microsoft. Here, buy a controller with a dongle.
Do you hear me connect? I'm gonna drink my verification can now. Can I play you?
Do you reckon Fallout will be at the Microsoft conference?
Ooh.
Hmm.
No, I think that Bethesda will keep it solely to theirs, because that's the only thing that people are going to be interested in.
I think if Bethesda was after Microsoft, then it would have been the other way around, where they would have had a demo at Microsoft and then a longer demo at theirs. But you're right, it would be weird to have anything along at Microsoft.
Yeah.
And
like I said, I think Microsoft is going to mainly have to focus on their key franchises to make people enjoy it. And I think that putting Fallout in there will kind of distract away from the exclusives that they're going to show.
Yeah, but the problem is I can't think of any exclusives. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Are you looking forward to that? You psyched?
Sure.
What is your most anticipated game of the show that you're aware of?
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. I realised I asked you that question, didn't have an answer for myself.
I was about to say, what is your most anticipated game for the show, Kyle?
If you can fill time, I'll look back through the list and find something. It's
I
Star
can fill
Wars Battlefront,
time.
without a doubt.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I was going to fill time.
It's either Star Wars Battlefront or whatever the fuck BioWare's working on, and this I say this because it's like I don't know where it'll be, but I would love to see more of XCOM 2. Because I played XCOM Enemy Within, which is the expansion to Enemy Unknown. I played that entire thing through the other day, and it's fucking fantastic. I'm so excited. I'm ecstatic. Excitement.
Yeah, it should be good.
And we will see you on the next Dropcast after
You don't
E3.
want to shill? I mean, I think we stopped shilling like 2 podcasts ago, but I figured I'd ask.
Oh, I forgot, yeah. Well, why don't you tell me how
done it
people
for a
can
while.
contact you?
They can contact me on Twitter at Zealot1123.
They can go to your
Where
Bebo
can
page.
people... Yeah, my MySpace page is linked in the description.
God.
Now, where can they find you?
They can find me at www.GameDropZone.com. That is a website. Don't forget the
Doesn't
www.
help. What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is... I had to fucking space it out because I couldn't remember what my Twitter actual address was, but it's at Carl Shimon on Twitter. Nice and simple.
Well, there we go.
Can't forget that's 2 M's.
Yep.
They've totally added Shuhei Yoshida stickers to the PS4 share functionality. So if you want to share a clip, you can stick Shuhei Yoshida on the front of it. I don't know why, but that was in the patch notes for the latest PS4 patch. And that will do us. I'll see you later.
Ciao.